Let's take a look at a monumental 1893 Chicago World's Fair book right here. It's quite scarce in that it's complete and still well preserved. It's the pictorial and literary history of the World's Columbian Expo. It was published in 5 volumes, which are contained here, all within this single volume. It was actually published in Chicago at the World's Fair at the McVickers Theater Building in 1893. The bound volume begins with Volume 1, Number 1. And what we'll see as we flip through it is a compendium of individual issues. Here's the second volume, for instance. This one page here has an old paper repair to it, but the rest of the volume, I believe, looks just pretty much like this, nice and clean, sound and tight. And so we go further back and we get into other volumes. Now we're at volume 3 here. So there's 5 volumes contained in this one big bound one. And this would have been quite an expensive book in its day, which would explain why it's so scarce today. Most books which were expensive when issued remain expensive and elusive 125 years later. And so we see all sorts of, street views and pavilion interiors and people associated, and just fascinating a range of pictorial images, many of which, look at this fire, are probably not so easy to find in other locations. Some of them actually might be unique to this. That's one of the virtues of this period and era, is a lot of times these illustrated works, they commissioned their own photographers for them, and so you get images that don't appear in other locations. There's also advertising in here for all kinds of different products, and so this is now currently available online from me, Brian DeMambro.